So I've had a few clients this week tell me that their therapist told them when they were struggling with the trauma bond after getting out of a narcissistic relationship and were asking for advice on how to handle their deep, desperate urge to contact their narcissist, to just sit in their feelings. And I'm honestly thinking about starting a series of terrible advice that therapists who don't understand narcissistic abuse, trauma bonding, or narcissistic personality disorder in general give. So also let me know in the comments some of the things that your therapist said that were really unhelpful or actively harmful, and I might make a video about it. Now, sit in your feelings isn't such terrible advice when you are trying to break that trauma bond and stay away from the narcissist, but you have to make sure that you are sitting in the right feelings. I'm going to tell you what I mean. If you've gotten out of a relationship with a narcissist, you have been consistently brainwashed by this person. You're experiencing extreme cognitive dissonance, and every colonized cell in your body is rewriting the way that things happened, going through all of that euphoric recall, and desperately trying to get you to put yourself back in the hands of your abuser. So if you just sit in those feelings, you're breaking no contact. It's so important to do the work to break that cognitive dissonance, and for that you need tools. You need to write down the reality of the relationship. You need to do that list of all of the terrible things that that person has done to you so that you can ground yourself in reality and break that cognitive dissonance. And I give a lot more tools in my coaching packages, so you can book a session with me if you're interested in that. But for this example, we're just going to use that list of all of the terrible things that the narcissist has done to you. If you're going to sit in your feelings, you need to sit in the feelings that you get when you reread that list of the terrible things that they have done to you, which you need to be reading every single day that you are feeling the pull of the trauma bond that's trying to get you back with your abuser. You don't just sit with the feelings that come up, because the feelings that come up are going to drive you back to the narcissist. You need to actively use the right tools to make sure that you are sitting in the right feelings. Not the trauma bonded feelings, not the feelings of euphoric recall, not the feelings that you've made a terrible mistake and everything was actually your fault and you need to run back to the narcissist and apologize for everything that ever happened. No, the feeling that you need to sit in is what it felt like when they cheated on you. What it felt like when they abused you. What it felt like when they left you on the side of the road in the middle of the night. What it felt like when they ghosted you for a week when your mum died. What it felt like that time you made them dinner and they threw it across the room, flipped the table and stormed out. What it felt like when you would cry yourself to sleep and they slept peacefully next to you. What it felt like when you were having a panic attack, meltdown, psychological breakdown in the other room and they turned the television up so that they couldn't hear you. What it felt like when they were isolating you from your friends and family. What it felt like during those 5, 6, 7, 8 hour long circular conversations and arguments that ended in you feeling so frustrated and insane that you didn't even know which way was up. What it felt like when they were picking at you and criticizing you. What it felt like when they withdrew all love, affection, attention, and sex. Can't say that word on TikTok. What it felt like when they stared at you with utter disgust or would stare through you while you cried. What it felt like when they threatened to break your nose if you wouldn't shut up. What it felt like when they broke your nose. What's that? You forgot about all of these things? I know. That's what happens after one of these relationships when you're trauma bonded and your addiction brain is desperately trying to send you back into the relationship. That is why you need tools. Because you can't remember things properly when you're going through the aftermath of narcissistic abuse. You think in fragments. An idea comes up and then it goes away. And another comes up and it goes away. And you cannot pull back and look at the full picture. You can't even remember words to string a full sentence together. Which is why you need to write the list of all of the terrible things they've done, never stop adding to it, and read the list every single day, sometimes multiple times in a day, because it's so common that people write the list and then they put it down and they never read it again. It is a powerful tool, and it's a good idea to sit in the feelings, but you need the tools and you need to be sitting in the right feelings.
Welcome to the Claire Otten podcast. tell you, talk it, sell it.